hello. Welcome. It is the Alan Bahuth hour. It is starting later than normal at 11 p.m. local time. Welcome. It's Breath of Fire 2 time. What a shame it is to be talking over the good music. Hi, Shion. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Boy, video game news sure are fun to wake up to every day. Are you ready to pay $360 for Xbox per year before taxes? Cause Game Pass is gonna cost 1.5 Silk Songs per month. Are you ready for EA to die? Cause EA is gonna go die being bought by Saudi money so that they can do a big gamble on AI. They've just announced their death. And Ubisoft is doing something probably AI involved with Tencent creating a new division for their Assassin's Creed or whatever. Yeah, gaming industry is just a mess. That's not what I'm here to talk about, but that's some of what is immediately on my mind. What we are here to talk about today is Breath of Fire 2 and also this book. You read this? Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. So maybe let's start by getting into that, shall we? Can we boot a game up? Here we go. Alright. Hang on. I see what's happening. Where's... Okay. Okay. Gotta change this mess around again. Alan's real preposterous? Yeah, what are you gonna do? Who's Algernon and why should I give them flowers? Oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Let's just turn this Paper Mario music off. And then game music on. Maybe first, let's see if we can recap a little of what's happening in the game with as far as we've been last time. Oh wow, I'm gonna be a little confused about my buttons, which I shouldn't be given that it's freaking Breath of Fire 2, which I played a million times. But just last stream, I played that Barver Battle Saga that Art wanted me to play, and like the confirm button on the Genesis controller, it is like your square button on your PlayStation, whereas in this game the confirm button is the circle button. It's tripping me up. I'm not used to anything. Alright, so last time we gained access to the whale. We are looking for the Grassman. And is this the crew that I want to be rolling with? I think I wanna I'm gonna take my hunky beefy healer boys and Nina with me. Actually, I should have taken somebody else. I should have taken Jean for warping. Also, no, but we'll roll like this. So there's something that I want to check in the game right now. It's essentially we are tasked with obtaining an Upa-Rupa that we can trade for Ispar's freedom. And the Upa-Rupa lives in that cave over there, so we gotta go a long way around to get to it. But I'm not actually entirely sure. I want to say that normally what you're supposed to do right now. Actually, you're probably supposed to find this place first, and then go and obtain the owl fruit that you use as bait to lure out the Upa-Rupa from its cave. But I'm like second guessing myself here. Do you actually have to do the fight against Algernon? Hey, initiative. Cool. So in the game, there is a boss that may or may not be optional, named Algernon, which has some minions with it, the names of which are like scrambled versions of the name Daniel and Keys. If that fight is not optional, then it's one of the most, like, overt, like, literary references in the game. And I have to ask myself why. What does the Upa-Rupa have to do with Flowers For Algernon? Or what does that boss fight have to do with it? Does the book have anything to say about Spar, or about Ryu, or about the game as a whole? So that is, of course, why I read the book. Now I'm going to fully spoil the book in terms of premise and structure and all of that. But I guess let's start there. Flowers For Algernon is a sci-fi novel. Actually, starting as a short story, which I also found. We are playing the fan translation. We are playing the fan translation of Breath of Fire 2, but the reference is in both versions. So sci-fi novel, the premise of which is that actually, hang on a moment. I'm gonna need to talk to these guys to check something. Here to join in the Oopa Roopa hunt. Something's got these Oopa Roopa spooked. They'll attack anything that gets close. Surely that's not an indication that you have to do something else first. Teach me. Thanks for the business. Put the fruit down, wait for Oopa to come out, then try to nab it again. Wait for it to eat the bait and make your move. Well, we don't have the bait, but the last guy should sell us a thing of bait. And all you need is one, if you know what hole to go for. Want to buy some Oopa Roopa bait? Sell you my last one for 1,000 zenny. So you don't have to fight Algernon then? Is the fight still doable later if you want to? The Oopa Roopas are here. You can see their eyes in their hidey holes. And you wait out of sight, and it eats it, and you don't have to do the fight. I mean, you probably have to do the fight if you do. You probably have to do the fight if you're playing casually. So here's the Oopa Roopa. It's supposed to be cute. I don't know if I see that. It does not attack. It will only counter you. Therefore, deal damage with your magic spells. Looks like it's trying to say something. Let it go. And we can actually let it go. Goodbye. Oopa Roopa gives you a treasure chest with a Buster Sword. It was probably also called the Buster Sword in the original translation, pretty much. It's not that the fan translation decided to throw in an FF7 reference. And if you leave and come back, guess what? There's also a defender. Not the best thing of equipment that you can have at the moment, but it does it's something. FF7 before FF7? More likely than you think. Okay, so it sure looks to me that the Algernon fight is actually optional. If you happen to do things right. So I suppose in that sense, maybe it's a little more defensible to make it a reference. Like, players might not see it, but they're definitely gonna see it. And again, then there's the question of, why are we making the reference in the first place? And like, here. So let me try to gather my thoughts and summarize the plot of Flowers for Algernon. So, in this novel, the protagonist is a man named Charlie who has an IQ of 68. So he is he has some intellectual disability, and that is not the terminology that the book uses. It uses the scientific term of the time, which now is probably exclusively considered a slur. And this Charlie, he has a lot of motivation and ambition. He wants to become smart, and so he has been selected for a scientific experiment, and he is the first person who gets to undergo this medical trial where he has a surgery and some other forms of treatment to make him smart, to increase his IQ. And this intelligence boost thing had, of course, previously been applied on animals, notably lab rats, and thus most notably a white rat or mouse or whatever it is. A white rat named Algernon. And so this lab rat Algernon is a pro at solving mazes and retaining information and figuring out a new puzzle always to get fed. And so the prospects for Charlie's boosted intelligence, seem promising. And yeah, Charlie does end up like gradually, but kind of quickly, getting all kinds of smarter. And in fact, he turns into a super genius. And like, his intellectual capabilities, they grow a lot quicker than his emotional maturity. But in the end, like, he does mature past some of his issues and hang-ups, and he has a bit of a love triangle. Like, he gets to sleeping both with his neighbor and also like his teacher. I suppose I should mention that Charlie is 32 or 37 years old, depending on whether you're reading the novel or the short story. But yeah, so scientific marvel, the operation was a success, etc., etc. Then they noticed with Algernon that Algernon is being all kinds of erratic and is struggling and becomes violent and eventually dies. Okay, it looks like we can still do the Algernon fight, so I suppose it's not missable. And so what the scientists observed from Algernon is that it does appear to be the case that the intelligence boost is only temporary, and that there was this regression, and which caused all of the frustration and lashing out and all of that. And that the same is going to happen to Charlie, and in the end, does happen to Charlie. So the question that's on my mind, and should be on anybody else's, is how does that relate in any way to Breath of Fire 2? Why is this the reference that is being made? Now, of course, you know, you can reference anything you want. You can just name drop anything at any point in a creative work, and it doesn't have to, like, inform the structure or purpose of the work. And you can take inspiration in many ways. Like, when I have made some ambient noise music in the past, the inspiration I had was more of like a form of spite. Like, I'd heard some... I had been exposed to some really crappy pop music, and I wanted to make the absolute opposite of that. And yeah, I ended up making a thing of music that was, I guess you could say, inspired by whatever pop music it was. Inspiration cuts both ways. Yes. Is this feels like a video game is a little different, a little more collaborative, and all that. Money or the Upa-Rupa. So, we set the Upa-Rupa free, so we get the option, I'll give you nothing. See a precious grassman in hell. More unnecessary profanity. But I would say that there's a couple of interesting things in Flowers for Algernon as it might pertain to Breath of Fire 2, or by playing Breath of Fire 2 first and looking for connections. I'm reading the book in a different light, coming at it from a different angle. So I think the first and most major thing is like in the matter of the structure of the story. Like it has this, the story has this bell curve shape, which I suppose is fitting, given that we're talking about IQ and stuff. Like he starts intellectually disabled. He gets to peak intelligence in the middle of the book, and then gets back down to low intelligence by the end. It's like a narratively coming full circle. And just coming full circle is just such a, I don't know, it's you know, isn't that just the structure of drama? Isn't it just how we expect plots to unfold in some fashion? Or at the very least, like we expect a 3-part structure, and coming back full circle is a nice way of doing it. Probably doesn't have to be the only way of doing it, but it like that's one thing, but that feels like such a general writing trope, if you can even call it a trope, that it would be strange to credit Flowers for Algernon just for that, but it's something. Don't laugh at me. Can't you see it's not funny? Yeah, that is not as iconic as in the original. He's like, you better not laugh at me when I'm dead. Every time we turn around, there's another one of these bastards. Okay, again, Brand would not be this aggressive in the original. Rand's a chill dude. Cage bars are just for show. Real doors over on this side. Brand doesn't use a lot of exclamation points in the original. Wouldn't be a Q story. Only a chosen few can stop it. What? What does he say in the original? Why is a grassman leaning into chosen one symbolism. Okay, so in the original, Rand says, "Are you playing with us?" Spar says, "Let me explain. I was waiting here for people like you. In other words, I was waiting for someone who realized that something awful was about to occur." Nothing about chosen few. Chosen by whom? Why would Spar believe in or care about a destiny? It feels like the author of the fan translation believes in the destiny and the chosen one story, and is trying to fit in more references to that somehow. Trees have already spoken. Paris. Evil covers the forest near gain like a black cloud. Speak with the elder tree. Sea of green. Yeah, we're gonna be taking Spar with us. Gotta get Spar some proper equipment. Yeah, so he joins at level 12, which is why I didn't want to over-level, but I might have over-leveled. But if I was going to do more off-stream grinding, I was going to wait until he joined the party. And now he's joined the party. So anyway, back to Flowers for Algernon. So, story has a bell curve shape. Oh heck. And I don't know how much that matters, but it's, like, you could say that this game kind of has that. Just you start out in gate, and the story ends in gate. In that sense, it's a little bit of coming back home. A little bit of a circling about it. Another thing about it is, so Charlie has these memory issues to go with his intellectual disability. And so there is a bit of mystery about his family. And only after he's had the surgery does he start to remember bits and pieces about his parents and about his little sister. And leading up to the way that he kind of meets them in the end. Well, and so So there are some similarities in terms of family issues, of like a mystery of a missing sister, or yeah, being just away from all of the family. Is that enough to like draw a direct connection between Charlie and Ryu? I don't know, but it was something I latched onto from, you know, doing the things in this order. So yeah, the family things and the overall structure things are what make me think that if there's any reference or inspiration, it would be between Charlie and Ryu. And I guess that little bit about the love triangle thing might have inspired something about the relationship between Ryu and Nina or Kat, or the implied affections therein. Am I doing it? Where am I? Okay, I'm just missing it by this much. So it's these little things. It's not the things that I was looking for. If I wanted to relate the Algernon story to Spar instead, how would I go about doing that? Well, Spar is the wise man, going by the introduction he gets in the Japanese version's intro, and also kind of in fan translation intro. He hasn't needed any of the surgery, but he is the big brain of the group. And by joining the party, over time, if you keep party chatting with him, you will learn of the ways that he reacts to the events of the story. Like his tribe has no emotion, is how he describes things, but by joining with Ryu and going out and saving the world, he learns how there is more to the world than just cold, hard logic. So he gets to have this growth of emotional maturity. It's subtle, but it's there. No, I did not mean to click nature. Dang it. Dang it. That was a mistake. That was a total blunder. Bosch is totally failing to snipe. Oh, that time you got it when spar is down. Hey. I suppose I could mention that there is one other possibility in terms of the purpose of the Algernon reference, but it's entirely speculation on my part, and I would have no real way of proving anything about it. But let me find a certain document. Why did your paralysis wear off so fast? Jerk. There we go. Alright, let's see if I can find this and share it. Give me just a second. So in the official Breath of Fire 2 art book, let's see if we can find this. Yes. Okay. So, official Breath of Fire 2 art book. We have these rough sketches. This is not capturing my. Wait, is this capturing my cursor? Okay. So if you can see this, I'm not seeing my cursor down there. What's going on with that? Oh, now I see it. Alright. Down here, between Rand's legs, there is this little crossed out rodent character. Like, at some point, they were planning to have a little mouse character join the party. And it's not like there's no precedent for it. Like, you did in Breath of Fire 1, you did shrink down and help the mice fight against a cockroach. And those rodents could have now become like a full-on tribe. Could turn into a full-on party member. And maybe this character would somehow have been more inspired by the Flowers for Algernon story, maybe this guy would join you around the Oopa Roopa section. Like those Oopa Roopa hidey holes, they are very much like little mouse holes that you would see in cartoon houses or whatnot. If you think about it. Yeah, zoom in and it's very blurry. Like this is the only documentation that exists of this supposed character. No name, no nothing. Just an early rough sketch. And it's entirely my speculation that the Flowers for Algernon reference might tie into a cut character. Of course, I would have no way of proving that. The reason I would want that to be real is just that I can't really find anything else in the book that's really like a smoking gun of like, oh, I get it now. I understand now why this reference was being made. Like, it could be about a cut character. It could be that they took some of the general structure or the family drama. Or if it pertains to Spara, then with the memory issues, maybe it a little bit inspired the going into the old trees memory. But then we're getting pretty far away from the actual contents of the book. And it's harder to trace a direct line between the writing and what the inspiration led to. So if anybody else has read the book, I would welcome other interpretations and fact checkings and all of that. It was a fun book to read, though. Like, never mind all the Breath of Fire 2 stuff. Just as a book on its own, it's you know, every chapter is like written as like a diary or progress report for Charlie, so from like his perspective, and so these individual reports are they are pretty dang short. Like, one quote-unquote chapter, if you will, can be less than a page. So it's breezy, and it's constantly moving forward a little bit. And there's enough characters and intrigue that there's always something that you're thinking about and wanting more of. I suppose the thing that I wanted more of would be something to do with free will and like the agency that intelligence allows for, or something about musings on destiny about about disabled people being born this way and it being against God's will to change them. Like, anything that would in some way attach itself to the concept of destiny versus free will. Which I feel is a major theme of Breath of Fire 2. If I could have found that, I would have been really interested, and that I would have seen as a bit of a smoking gun. I can see where the inspiration comes from, but that's not in the book. It's almost strange that there isn't really anything like that in there. But there isn't, and that's the whole story. So is it possible that they just name-dropped a cool book, a cool author, that doesn't necessarily inform us in any way about the themes of this game? I suppose I have to allow for that possibility. I kind of don't want to as much, because there's definitely some meat on the bone with other book references that are like much more subtle. Like, there's something there with the Vonnegut stuff, and there's definitely something there with the Autumn of the Patriarch. And, so I hope that there's something there with Flowers for Algernon, and, well, now that I'm through with that, let me show you something. So, for the next part of the game, we are going to be running into characters with the names of Ged and Elfarlin, pretty much. Both of which might be characters in the Earthsea series. And I have here a complete collection of all of the Earthsea writing. This is a mighty tome. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. But Ursula K. Le Guin, I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but I have to assume a lot of relevant inspiration to the series, given that, you know, one of the party members in Breath of Fire 4 is named Ursula after her. There's gotta be something. I'm hoping for something. And so that is why I'm not gonna be streaming much in October. I would like to give myself more time to do this research, get through all of these thick tomes. I've made some progress on writing the book analyses for for the other ones that I've already read. But really, I've only just been writing about Vonnegut. And I'm not entirely sure that I'm completely done with his stuff, maybe. But when I say completely done, like, I'm still talking about a first draft. Whereas, once I get to... Oh, Hackerdad. Once I get to the stage where I can start recording... recording any voiceovers for the video, I might have to be changing things around just for flow and the way that I speak. And I'm gonna have to, after everything is written, I'm gonna need to, you know, gonna need to read through it and make sure that everything that I want to say is in there somewhere, and maybe change the order of certain things and fix it up. So it's gonna take a while. I'm not gonna be holding myself to any sort of schedule with it in terms of I want it to be done in December for the 30th birthday of the American release, or for spring next year for the European release. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna let it take as long as it wants and needs. Yeah, I want to do it, and I want to do it right. So I'm not gonna stress out about that too much. But I'm also not gonna be procrastinating on it forever. So that is why I'm not going to be streaming really at all in October. Like, I want to make some progress on the stupid video essay idea. Of course, that's not the only reason why I'm taking a break from streaming in October. There's other reasons. There are health reasons. September is over, and there were like 5 or 6 days that I didn't do 2 hours of biking. Maybe one day that I only did 1 hour of biking. But still, I feel like I've been putting in a lot of time, a lot of efforts, and I've also started taking almost an hour-long walks. And I've been making no progress on the weight loss. And it is frustrating, and all I can do is keep working, work harder, and try to cut down on whatever factors are inhibiting my health. By which I mean I want to have less of the sedentary lifestyle. I want to be taking more walks, longer walks, not sitting in this chair for hours and hours and hours every day, if I can avoid it. I also definitely need to take the time to do some autumn cleaning around the house. My living room is kind of a mess. The kitchen is a complete disaster. My bedroom's mostly fine, though my desk is a mess. And yeah, the bathroom could also stand to have some work done. So I need to allow myself all the more time to work on myself, work on my immediate surroundings, and in order to best facilitate that, I might need to change my sleep schedule around. It's already been kind of all over the place. Just on account of the different things I've had to do lately at different hours of the day. So I don't know where that's gonna end up or where I want it necessarily to be. But yeah, I'm just in a position now where I don't want my I don't want my schedule to be anchored to anything that isn't immediately like productive and useful in terms of my health and my overall goals. By which I mean streaming. Let's be blunt about it. I don't really have any greater goals about the streaming at the moment. I've said recently, and I stand by it, that streaming is some of the most fun and most meaningful thing that I do. But at the same time, I don't have any great ambitions of what else I would want to accomplish with my Twitch stream that I haven't already done or am not already doing. And so in a way, it doesn't feel as productive. And even if it did, I don't want it getting in the way of my health. So everything to do with sleep and exercise, just gonna give that priority. And I will come back to streaming when there's a compelling reason to do so. Every now and then I'll miss you guys too much, and I'll come back here and do some more Breath of Fire 2 and tell you all how the progress is going and what I've learned from Earthsea so far and all of that. But yeah, I don't know what else I want to do on stream. Like, obviously, long term, I know that I have to do Ni no Kuni at some point. I have to do Crosscode at some point. Those are two games that I'm not gonna play off stream. But like right now, I'm I'm not really gonna be able or willing to commit to a schedule where I can do a full playthrough like that. Instead, I'm just gonna be going live whenever with some one-off thing, or like with Breath of Fire 2, where the continuity doesn't matter too much. Like, the gameplay is a little more incidental. Like, yeah, there is a goal here with the fan translation, but it's not like a big priority. If I can figure out what other games lend themselves well to one-off streams that I would want to do in some way, like, maybe I will stream more often. Maybe it would be as many times as once a week. Really depends, though. I don't really know what it's gonna take to get me back to streaming all that much. Just gotta get my health in place, and then I'll allow myself more. Like, yeah, one more stream every 5 kilograms that I go down. Something. Everybody loves when streamers talk about streaming. What fun. Gotta say though, I'm already feeling all kinds of out of practice with this. Like, I'm not used to talking this much. Like, I've had a bit of a cough, and I'm definitely feeling a bit of that iron in the back of my throat. Like, I'm might be coming down with something. So of course I'm also not gonna be streaming if I'm all kinds of sick. I might be some kind of sick, at least a little. I should be careful about that. Did I mention that I bought new pedals for my exercise bike? And now I have the problem of I can't find my wrench. I might need to buy a new wrench, because I need some manner of tool to take off the old pedals off of the bike and then be able to put in the new ones. Because I do believe that the pedals that I bought, that they would fit perfectly. Like, there's a pretty uniform standard for these types of things. I just don't have the tools for the job. And I could have sworn I would have had one of them wrenches. Like, I would have used it for some of the plumbing stuff that I had to do. Can't find it. It's not in my toolbox. I can find all my screwdrivers and my hammer, but wrench is just gone. Hey, here's another way of just proving how I'm out of practice with the streamy stuff. Like, my head is just not keeping up. I feel like I've been here forever, but it's been an hour 15 minutes. I just don't have the streamer stamina. So, once we're done with the grinding, what's the next thing that's gonna happen in the story? Well, we'll be going with Spar through the Sea of Green to find the Elder Tree, as the fan translation calls it. And we want to be going into the mind of the tree, but in order to do that, we need the therapy pillow, and to get that, ultimately, we have to go through High Fort. Which, that was what we did with the Sten speedrun stream that I did earlier in the year. When I had a Sten that hadn't received any experience points or equipment. That's the place that we're going to be going to. The place that is basically everybody's least favorite part of the game. No, that's probably Seymour Fort still with Sean and the cooking contest because of the repetitive music, but people get so mad at High Fort for the Sten solo section because people don't like using Sten for some reason. And also the way that town is like a bit of a point of no return, kind of. Like, you can't enter it until it's time for the story stuff, and once you leave, you can never go back. I think it makes it all kinds of interesting. Is this just a grind stream now? Yeah, pretty much. We can go back and do the Algernon fight later. I should take Spar to the Algernon fight, because I don't believe that I've ever done that. Because why would I? Because beating Algernon to get the owl fruit is like what you do to get Spar. Hey there, Milk Magnet. This is the fan translation. So we have changed names for all kinds of items and equipment and spells and enemies and party members. And we also have a run button and, you know, a slightly changed interface. I want to say that this particular mod has been around since like 2009? But I hadn't played it in a really, really long time, so I'm going through it again to take a look at it and take some snapshots of some of the more egregious changes to the script. To know about the rest, run button seems nice. Run button is nice. Run button, I mean, they put that in the Game Boy Advance version, so I don't see why we couldn't also implement it here. Actually, let's the party around again. Surely it's time. I wasn't even paying attention to the number. Yeah, let's... I like to level everybody up evenly. My mind goblin will not sleep if I'm not leveling these guys up evenly. What's the goal level? I don't know that I have a particular goal in mind that I'm aiming for. Mostly just that get Spark caught up to everybody else, wherever that's gonna land. So 30-ish. Is there any one spell that somebody's gonna learn in the early 30s or so that I really want to get? You know, I actually don't remember off the top of my head all of the spell unlocks. Like I'm not that obsessive, I say, as I read all of the books that are referenced in the script, so that I can, I don't know, do something with it. Jeez. Some things seem unnecessary, changing sludge to goo. Yeah, that change is done to like unify, like the standard they're going for is like what were the names of the same enemies in the sequels. Like that's the basis for it. But yeah, I don't remember a later game calling it a death blow. But yeah, it's, you know, it's 2009. This game has, this translation has a lot of that old internet edginess to it. Like, in real life, before this translation came out, Capcom had to change, well, had to, I don't know, but did change the gold fly in the Semaphore basement from saying damn to saying darn. And fan translation just has everybody saying hell and bastard all the time. Oh, and also the gold fly in the basement, who in the original script calls you an idiot, now calls you the R slur. So that's super great. And time to die. Sometimes I wonder why you even have a runaway button. Okay. Shot, spar. Who else? Who else? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yeah, there went... I actually had 38,000? The perfect amount of thousands to have. Oh, that's funny. Inside joke. Don't worry about it. Yeah, money doesn't matter to me too much, because we've already gotten all of the best equipment out of Guntz and wherever else that we have access to at the time. I think. I love running with my all-green crew. I guess if there's one spell that I'm wanting to get as soon as I can, it would be for Sean, I mean Tapita, to learn Death. Insta-kill these guys. Because Snipe is just not reliable enough. And I don't always have Nina in the party. Snipe, why? Should just use a dragon spell here and be done with this guy, but... Good morning, Ark! Thank you for subscribing for 25 months. That's a lot of months. Happy October, how's it going? 50 time, dreads and jobs and abilities on the brain. Hey, good for you. One day, I will play the PlayStation 1 version of that. Today is not that day. Today I'm playing this. And then later, when I'm biking, I'm probably playing some more Brave Battle Saga. I think I'm pretty close to the end of that one. Ark, how much BBS did you actually play? Got to the Moon Temple at the end of your stream? So that's as far as you play yourself? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so everything up to that point was, you know, going pretty well, right? You were leveling pretty fast, and you were getting your party members, and sure, I overgrinded a little there maybe to be able to afford all the stuff before taking on the temple, and all of that. Like it didn't seem like too bad then. Like a bit of a lack of enemy variety, maybe, and pretty dang straightforward combat when you're just mashing attack, maybe, but it's just also being resource efficient about it. Like, that's not too bad. So, immediately after that part, that game falls apart. So, immediately after that Moon Temple, you have let's see if I can remember the names of things. I gotta tell you, it falls apart because so you're going from there. You're going from that castle and that you're going from that whole situation to the other kingdom, which is like the Fiery Kingdom. I forget if that's the one called Cruise or whatever. And so along the path from the Moon Temple area to the next town, there are only two types of enemies you fight: skeletons and green-haired punks. Those two enemies are the only enemies you're gonna be fighting on the next, like, 5 to 8 different routes between separate little towns and settlements and mini dungeons. The variety falls off real hard. And at first, they're a bit of a difficulty spike. You're like, ooh, what's going on with these guys? And then you arrive at the next town, and it's like, oh, they're selling some weapons here that none of us can equip. I guess we're getting our 4th party member soon. We do not get the 4th party member soon. There is so much back and forth. So much of, like, pointless fetch questing back and forth. And you don't get, like, the 4th party member until you're essentially done with that whole general area of multiple towns and multiple dungeons. And so you think that, okay, well, now I have now I have a fourth guy. Things are gonna be smoother. It's gonna take fewer turns to beat up these enemies, so it's kind of gonna speed up the grinding. No, that's not what's gonna happen. Hey, remember all those spells, those multi-target spells, and how they suck? Cause the damage is divided. Experience works the same way. If you have a full party, you gain less experience per person than if you had fewer people. So it actually slows down further. The difficulty spike of the skeletons and the green-haired punks does not provide nearly enough of a bump in rewards. And then whatever reward you might have perceived gets completely trashed. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it really does suck. However, I will say, if you can stick through that part that really sucks, and other later parts that suck but not quite as bad, eventually there is going to be a time and a place where you gain the task of obtaining a fire turtle, I believe the term was. And so you go into this cave, and there are these shiny hole tiles that you step on, and every time you do, you get to fight a crystal turtle. There's one shiny hole all the way in the back that has the actual fire turtle boss fight. But before that, along the way, you get to fight Crystal Turtle, which for a full party of 4 gains you 800 experience per one turtle per battle, which you just auto battle with normal attacks, and it's no problem. For comparison, along that way, getting into that cave, you were fighting groups of 3 or 4 enemies that gave less than 300. So, that's the best grind spot in the game, so hunker down there for a couple of hours and get from level 30 or 40 to like 60, and then you're good for the rest of the game. And that's actually kind of zen in a way that the game hadn't been before, because you always know exactly what encounter you're gonna get, and you always know like that you can just beat it with your regular boring attacks, and you just have to step off the tile and step right back on it, so you can just grind it over and over and over real fast. Actually, there's one extra step there, which is that every time you beat a crystal turtle, you get a crystal turtle item, and you have to like close that text box after each battle, because you don't get it like in battle, you get it afterwards. You have to close it to be able to move off the tile and back again. But you get to sell these for a little extra money. They don't get the turtles don't give you a lot of money, but with the stuff that you sell, you make up for it. And it's also really nice because it allows you to track just how many you fight. I want you to give me your best guess of how many turtles did I fight? Because I kept track of that when I was selling them. I'm not gonna say that all of them were, like, fought for the purpose of grinding. Like, some, like, I actually was just going through it and hoping to find the actual boss. And not knowing if there was something else to the mechanic of it. The hint that I can give is that it proves that it proved to me that yeah, the max stack that you can have is 99 of one item, but it actually lets you start a separate second stack, which I don't know is true of other items as well. Couple arrows, there is a level, extra text box, zoom in, one takes like a minute beat, gonna say 160. Well, you're off by like half, because I have sold over 300 turtles to the shop for 500 gold each. And that's like, that might sound insanely grindy and repetitive, and I'm not gonna say that it wasn't, but it was also, like, the most fun that I had with the game so far, because it was like the one time I was feeling that I was making tangible, immeasurable progress, and like I was doing it like by my own rules, by my own means. It was like the one time that the battles had been rewarding. So yeah, of course I was gonna stick with it for a while. I admit that I went to YouTube and I looked up a Let's Play series to see what level that person was for the final boss fight. And it was like level 60 or so. And so I just grinded to that level right then and there. I have since moved on, past some points of no returns. I might be heading towards the final dungeon, maybe? Or a second to last or so. And experience gains are not nearly as good or as efficient anywhere else. You gotta love those crystal turtles, which are just exactly as you would imagine crystal turtles taken from Breath of Fire 2, from Down in Infinity. You know the ones. It was another example of the most blatant asset recycling. I feel actually sounding relaxing. Yeah, and it's like you don't need the game audio for anything. So I'm just been listening to podcasts, listening to my music, listening to whatever. Just nice to turn off the brain a little bit and let the fingers do their thing. So in the end, I've actually managed to have some fun with the game. And it does have all of these impressive for the Genesis feature, and if this actually was something that came out unlicensed in the 90s, then that's impressive how they just managed to do that. It was looking to earn itself a rating of 4 out of 10 for me, but now that I've actually enjoyed parts of it a little bit and I've made progress without being stopped too much, looking like a 6 out of 10. Judging by my initial assessment that the game was certainly made with love. I feel like I did a good job of not overselling it. Yeah. I won't object to that. On the other hand, though, I'm thinking of some of the things that happen towards the back end of the most recent things I've experienced at more the end of the story, and I think I felt a lack of love in one part in particular. Because, you know, we've been dealing a little bit with the Demon Kingdom, actually going to the Demon Kingdom, and maybe even teaming up with the demons to deal with the real problem. And do you know what the demons look like? What do you imagine the demons look like? No idea? The demons that tell you that they never imagined that they were gonna team up with the humans, they just have regular human NPC sprites. They just have human NPC sprites. There's also this thing of, hey, we want this fourth party member that you got to be out of commission for a dungeon, so that we're gonna make it. We're gonna throw a little gameplay curveball that you're down this one person, and we're gonna justify it with this narrative device that had no foreshadowing. Okay, so now you have to go through this dungeon and get this MacGuffin. Okay. Okay, so you went and you got the MacGuffin, and this got the guy back, and then. Okay, the MacGuffin is specifically a memory chip. Were there any memories on it? Did we learn any new lore? Did it accomplish anything that we got it? Well, no. Gonna do one of two irresponsible things. Do I go to the living room and play FFT? Do I go to the store buy chicken because I'm making dinner for my friends and don't want to go after work? What is irresponsible about going to the store? Is it the fact that you're on the clock? I mean, you're gonna need that chicken eventually. How long is the trip to the store gonna take? Can you reasonably be away from your devices that long? Done 4-minute drive. Okay, and can you? Well, I don't know how the telecommuting works. Do you need to have your? You need to be ready to answer a call at any time. Normally, but I worked later than everyone else for the last 3 or so hours. For the last 3 or so hours of my shift, I'm completely on monitor. Oh, come on. Go for the store. Go for the store. Let me know when you get back. And 31. Is 31 the level where Spar is gonna catch up? It might be. Speaking of BRB, I think I will also just do that right now and get some more water, take a quick little ad break. So Nina's already 32, but that's fine. She needs the levels. She has a solo section to do eventually. Alright. Ad break. BRB. Alright, are the ads over? Pretty much should be. Here we are. Just realized this little lovey mode has been all transparent all stream. You don't need to be transparent there, buddy. It's only when you're in the way of the actual gameplay that you need to be transparent. Come on. There we go. That's better. Alright. Let's get ourselves a few more levels, and then maybe actually fight Algernon. That was what the stream was kind of about. I don't know that we're that I'm gonna go as far as actually getting into Hive Fort. Like, I think that might that might make more sense to just save until I've started reading Earthsea a little bit. Hello, Chorkings. You are the best experience for the cheapest. Chop Chop is just such a better name for the move than Slice. Chop Chop is more fun to say, and it's like onomatopoeia. It's like what the sound effect sounds like when you use the skill. I don't care if it's accurate to the sequels that it's called Slice. I don't care. Well, anyway. I'm trying to think if I had any last thought about Flowers for Algernon. There's the bell curve shape of the story structure. There's the missing family element. There's the emotional maturity that maybe a little bit follows the intellectual maturity. and I'm trying to think, but I can't really come up with anything else. Nope. Nope, mine goes blind. I don't even know if I mentioned about the flowers, that the flowers, of course, are for Algernon's grave. Because that poor rat, of course, dies eventually. And before, yeah, the book ends with Charlie's wish for somebody to remember to go put flowers on the grave, because Charlie took Algernon's body in a box and buried it behind his house, rather than just discarding it as medical waste in the furnace. Lynn 31. He does level up fast. It's not that far away now. Gonna get there. Dum-de-dum. Of course, now I'm thinking. Right. Let's see if Spark can call nature out here. Summons the forest. Yeah. The flower blossom. Look, it's blooming. So, what that does is it cuts the enemy speed, so Lynn was able to go first there. And I don't think it's a big stretch of imagination that the Grassman is able to conjure some flowers. Do you want to relate those flowers to Algernon for some reason? I think that's a stretch. You don't really deal with a lot of flowers in this game, do you? There's those. There's the alger fruit blooming. Are there flowers at the back mountain in Gate when you're a child and the game goes from black and white to being in color? And then that's the only time that you really notice them. Oh wow, color. Still not caught up. Let's roll with a crew of healers. Have I remembered to deal with the tenants of Township? Who was I gonna get? Who was I gonna get other than L? I should go to Township anyway, and like I haven't been paying all that much attention to the party chat feature. There's probably a lot of characterization that I've missed that I should have been paying more attention to. As far as the quality checking of the fan translation. I suppose I am more concerned about the immediate and unavoidable parts of the story. Dang. Almost got it down in one turn. Only off by like 20. 20, 21. These boys are gonna learn to do it. Eventually. AP. Love it when Bo crits with the double. Well, so that's fun. OBS just randomly disconnected. I thought I wasn't gonna have that problem anymore ever since after the last time that happened, I turned on the disconnection protection. By which I mean I downgraded to an older version of OBS that didn't have these problems. Something might be going on with my internet. Like, I started stream today with some frame drops, which is not usual. An actual, honest-to-goodness OBS disconnect? Unheard of. No, I haven't been recording locally. I thought that this was a fixed problem. I guess if this goes on YouTube, it might have to be in 2 parts then. Well, that's annoying. I'm fine right now, aren't I? Of course I am. So in terms of internet stuff, my internet has been fine. It's been the same as always. But I received some news the other day that apparently I'm gonna need to get a new modem soon because the internet connection that I'm currently using and have been using is it is a VDSL2 line, whatever that means. And we are gonna instead be hooked up to cable. We're getting cable internet, which means that I have to get the new modem, the new router that hooks into a separate outlet in the wall. This may or may not present a problem because there is no such outlet on the wall, but like behind the monitors back there. Like I may have to reconfigure something. Like, I might have to deal with more wires in my life. However, this change should, from what I'm reading, enable new top speeds on them internet pipes. So I've been dealing with like 100 megabits down, and that might increase tenfold to 1,000 megs. That would be really nice. But what matters more to me is upload speed. I would really like to be able to stream at higher bit rates, or at the very least stream the same bitrate with fewer frame drops and no OBS disconnect. So if the cable can help with that, that would be great. But as it requires new modem and new cables and new tech, I don't know how much of a hassle it's gonna be to get that up and working. But the old internet is gonna stop working by the end of the year. Like, I've been informed of all this by the landlord, and just waiting for the ISP to get in touch of, like, hey, yeah, we're upgrading your internet. What kind of service do you want from here on out? It would be so nice to actually have speeds that allow me to enter the 21st century. Oh my goodness. But I just know that the process is gonna be stressful. Something's gonna go wrong somewhere. Nothing to put a damper on the mood quite like an OBS disconnect on your one-off stream. And I'm coming in here to have some fun and say hi to Chad and stay in touch with this community, and not to totally abandon them as I go out into the world and work on all my self-improvement stuff. And I want it to be like a bit of a highlight of my week or my day, and instead it's just, nope, the tech is gonna screw you for no reason. You're gonna have a bad time because of things outside of your control. And also, you're gonna lose your voice. Great. Doesn't really inspire a whole lot of new streams a lot fast after that. Unfortunately. So, we doing on time? 2:20. Now let's get everybody to level 32, huh? Or maybe everybody except Sean. Then we'll go to Township and talk to the folks and refuse Sten. Maybe consider what tenants we want to get, and then go fight Algernon just for the heck of it. So there's going to be a fall market in town, in town square this week. Thursday, Friday. I can't say I've ever really made it a tradition to go or anything like that, but I guess when I was in school, we kind of had to pass through it or buy it. It was like a little change to the routine. And it was in fact at a fall market such as this that once upon a time I found the CD-ROM version of Breath of Fire 4. And that is how I bought it and played it. This seems so unthinkable now that that any market stall would be selling any form of tech. Like, I'm expecting to see some cheap toys, some clothing, trinkets, candy. That is what you can expect from the market. Freedom! Welcome back, Shion. What happened? Who hath deprived you of your freedom? Also, while this is auto-battling, I want to check something if I can. Huh. Okay. Doing a presentation. Ooh. Well, I hope that went well. I hope that was at least a little fun. Yeah, presentations are stressful even under the best of circumstances. Well, yeah, I had to do it in English too. Heck yeah. You nailed it. I'm sure you did. A plus, 10 out of 10. Lin 32, Sten 32, no spars 32. It's close, and then it's just Sean. It's Sultan, by the way. Hey, congrats. Are you gonna keep playing it for 100% completion and more than 100% completion? Because I was hearing something about how certain things don't count towards completion percent. Or are you done and ready to move on with your life? Was it worth a 7-year wait? Did it get 100% actually? Nice, very good, very good. Is it game of the year? Some stuff that doesn't count towards that for some reason it didn't do everything yet. Okay. Yeah, that is what I had heard. So I don't remember the specifics, if it was some boss fights that didn't count, or collectibles? I don't know. I think it's the only game that came out this year I actually played. That means you're still missing out on Date Everything. Now you gotta get that eventually so you can kiss on your furniture. Worth the wait though? Like it more than the original? Hey, nice. Few things can really live up to that long of a wait, I feel. Okay, so everybody but Sean are 32 now. Do I still care to continue grinding? Like, am I gonna take him into the party? Am I gonna be using him right now? Like, he's good for a number of places if he has a decent holy weapon, but I don't know if he's immediately the most useful. Gonna have to beat the game first time at 90% completion? Oh, dang. Let's say we are ready to move on a little bit. Let's check town check. I believe that I don't have any of the tenants for the remaining 3 houses. Did I say 3 houses? Da 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 da. mean these houses. Yeah, nobody in here. Nobody in here, because that house is reserved for L. Nobody in here, yeah. So these are vacant. Finally started Underturl. Now is as good as time as any, as it turns 10 years old, and might have had some update to it. Let me know if you find me in that game. Like, I don't know if they, like, is it just like a browser version bonus anniversary fun thing that you can play like separate from the main game of going somewhere and reading these fan messages? But like, I did send in that one that I posted on the Discord the months ago. Yeah, July 26th. Images channeled. Yeah, of course. I don't know why I'm asking this of you, like you would know. Okay, let me just think now. Who are the tenants that I would want? What are the tenants that I would want? There are only 4 options per house. And the middle house, I want L for story reasons. The right house, I don't think I care about having a bank. I don't know that I'm gonna be using the fish salesman for anything. So that leaves the guy who does the sculpture and the guy who lets you listen to a bit of the sound test. I guess I should go for the sound test. Then one remaining house. I could either get a guy who sells equipment, a guy who teaches spells. Well, if I take the guy who teaches, yeah. Welcome back, Ark. Welcome back. Browser thing can even play it on your phone. How's about that? Okay, so what is Whoopi saying these days? She's still talking about Patty stealing the Whisper Hood. Like, her conversation has not updated to reflect anything that has happened since. I mean, how much has happened since? We got ourselves a grass man. You know, wild card? Perfect poker face, huh? Rand wouldn't be saying damn or pissed off for any reason. Rand's a chill guy. Fan translation is no. Leafy friend. Wait a minute. Even the most determined frown cannot resist. I'm hearing echoes of another strong bad email here, and it's not even Bosch talking. let's just check in with everybody. Is this Bosch's room? This is Bosch's room. So Bosch, Ryu, Spar. Okay, there's a Aspera. Forget which room is Rand's. Is it this one? Yeah, that's why it's empty. So then it's Stun. Meloda, it's so there. Yeah, this feels again like another strong badism. I cannot place it. It's vague enough. Yeah, that's Sean's room. Of course, he was also downstairs. What you got, Nina? Okay. Okay, bastards and piss. Fan translation loves using those words. Like I don't necessarily think it's totally out of character for Lynn/Cat to be a little more aggressive or agitated, but this sentiment, I feel, is a little more her. There is a reason for her to be a potty mouth about it. Alright, so then... yeah, you know what, heck with it. Get him, his fieriness back, and then Aspera gets the water. Ooh. And Mushroom Girl achieved. Boost an AP by 50. Right, so if I want to get tenants for these houses, and I'm not going for barrows, because that would mean I would have to get Dye. Then I guess I'm gonna go here and check that this guy has the appropriate name of Kalashnikov, not Karashinikovu. Breaking some serious Zenny. I suppose we can also go in here and... Did we already check on... Nope, she's here. She's here. Get out of the blind corner, lady. Step out. No! Get out of the corner. Get out, get out, get out. Make yourselves visible. Lady, what are you doing? Oh my god, just take a second step to the right. Look, you can actually see her full body. It's Gigi, also known as Eichichi. Big stuff like I make flying machines or ninja robots. What brings you here? Come on. Come on. Run machines the greatest. And I do feel like they didn't need to put the drool in there. You don't have to make her that overt of a machine fucker. Okay, so we got Kalashnikov. Oh, I could. That's fine. That's fine. Music test. Well, let's get the music test tenant. He's in one of these houses. Is it always supposed to just be a black void out to the left and right here? I could have sworn that there was supposed to be more backgrounds than a black void. Like, it's the middle of the day. Is that always the case? But where did the skybox go? Is that normal? Wait. Is that normal? Hang on. I need to check this actually. Yeah, let's swap it out. Let's swap back to the original. Just for a second. I need to see this. Ah, it feels like coming home. Surely Tunlin wasn't always blanketed in complete darkness. So this is the save that I made when I was playing through the game to take a picture of all of the dialogue in the game, all the text in the game, get a screenshot of all of it. It's daytime in Tunlin. Yeah, see, there's a blue sky. There is absolutely a skybox. So why does the fan translation not have a skybox and Melodia? What is up with that? Okay, we've rebooted. We're here. We're walking up the stairs, not running, just walking. It's just black. Why? How? What an odd change. Like, surely that is not on purpose. Like, that is just a little quirk that somehow gets in here. It's the one little tiny thing that's not supposed to be. This guy. Summoner. Feels like forever since the last time I made some rockin' tunes. Nobody calls them rockin' tunes. Except Strong Bad. I mean, also this jammin' tunes. Slamming. They're in a quarter beat. Really putting the emphasis on his musicianship. Why the heck is Melodious Sky black? I just don't understand. So, Kalashnikov, do you have anything worthwhile for my expensive stuff? Yeah, okay, that's a better dagger. Birch staff, Gladius. Oh wait, that's even better, isn't it? Yeah, by 2 points. And it's cheaper. Ugh. Okay, yeah. There were some improvements in here. That was worth getting. Wait, am I... Nothing, never mind. Got my music back and it's all thanks to these awesome digs. Yep, there it is. As if we didn't have enough Strong Bad. Like, it, Like, we're just going full-on Trogador. Full-on Trogador. Like, it's one thing to be pulling like a direct quote out of random Strong Bad email 125 or whatever, but like the most well-known, memed, and merged out part of all of the Strong Bad Homestar Runner franchise. Come on, dude, come on. Also, I feel like for some reason I feel like the game volume bumped up when I changed games. Maybe it's been too loud the whole time. I don't know, but yeah, frickin'. I love me some Strong Bad. I have a warm place in my heart for all the Trogdor thing. I don't need that to infect my Breath of Fire too. So I wonder about the titles of these songs. Do these line up with the titles of the song that we know today, that are like printed on the vinyl? Some seem accurate. This does not have all of the songs on the soundtrack. It never did. But but yeah. Of course, the vinyl came after this translation. When did the soundtrack box set come out? 2006? 2006. So then... So then, when you're... That makes this feel inconsistent in a way. Because, like, you're changing all the names of spells and items and enemies to be consistent with the sequels. You're bringing parity to the future, but you're not going in that direction with the music. Like, later official release of soundtrack would call, let's see, Triumphant Treasure. That is of course the Win the Battle theme. And if I have that in the soundtrack, let's just confirm. Yeah, on the soundtrack, that's just called Treasures 1. Beyond Words. Is that what it's called? Is it not More Than Words? I'm not 100% sure on that. Where's my words? Words. How come I can't find it at all? What the heck? Oh no, I see what I've done. Sorry. I I just can't find this thing. More than words or beyond words? So like in game, it's of course this sad theme. My favorite piece of music in the game. At a glance, I can't find this on the soundtrack. What's wrong with me? It's not this one, is it? No. No, that's from Gate. Yeah, that's what I thought. But then what would it oh, wait. Here it is. Okay, so on the CD set it's called Left Unspoken. Left Unspoken. Hang on. Let me check what the vinyl calls it. Actually. I'm gonna just step away and check the vinyl. Alright, I have obtained a vinyl. It's still in its plastic. It's so shiny, reflecting all of my monitors. Oh, jeez. Yes. So, Disc 1, Side B, Track 11. I don't know if you'll be able to read that at all. But it does say Left Unspoken. So the official titles, they are known. They were known in 2006, and they are known now. Though, admittedly, in very appropriate Breath of Fire 2 fashion, there's a bunch of typos on the track list. Like, the world is trembling is spelled, the world is trebling. And a hero's determination is spelled a hero's determination. Like, there's an extra E. It's I don't get it. I don't know why they didn't. Why did they not proofread that enough? Okay. Like some of these names seem accurate, I think. Let's see. What is this one called? It's gotta be... Okay, yeah, there is an actual God of Decadence track on the soundtrack. Colosseum is maybe spelled a different way. Twisted Bridge. Oh. Twisted Bridge. Oh boy. This is another one that has a typo, huh? So on the CD soundtrack, it's called Crooked Ladder. Crooked Ladder. So crooked and twisted. Like, yeah, you could see how those would be interchangeable, near synonymous. But bridge versus ladder? So the typo on the vinyl is that it's called Crooked Leader. I don't know if there's any extra significance to that. I'm pretty sure that's just a typo, and that you shouldn't bother about that, but that's there. That's something. Yeah. Called from the darkness versus a voice calling from the darkness. Like, you can't fit all that there. Like, that's fine. A place to rest, really? This theme? This is My Home Sweet Home. Or just Home Sweet Home. Well, that was an interesting little excursion there. Alright. Alright. I guess I'm taking Sean because he's underleveled. I'm taking Spar. And then I'm taking... Yeah. Bosch or Rand? Bosch or Rand? Yeah, let's just go with Rand. Let's wrap up all of this Algernon business by fighting what is actually an optional fight. We already caught and released the Oopa Roopa. We have no more use for the owl fruit. Or the alger fruit, as it were. But there's still a boss to fight there, if you want to. I feel like I should see what the translation is like over there. document it. Although, I just saved. So I could do this fight, get the screenshots, and then quit without saving, so that I spare Algernon, let them live at the end of the game, come back later and fight them whenever I want. Doesn't that sound fun? Anyway, someone's journal. We opened and started reading. Used to be a monster hunter's journal. Journal reads as follows. Yeah, this is incredibly accurate to the official translation. I can't believe they didn't bother to cut down on all of this preamble. I figured it all out. A singing girl can be heard when the scent of alger blossoms is in the air. Some of our men went to the forest in search of the girl, but none have returned. Thought we could trap the girl, fell into her trap instead. If you're reading the journal and value your life, don't go anywhere near the forest. If you're the singing girl, cover your ears and run as far away as you can, or else you'll suffer the same fate as us. Well, you got back and wrote that. So I don't know what that's about. But yeah, this whole thing, the allure of a singing voice, like this is like a Greek mythology thing of the siren song. And I don't really know how it applies here, or what the connection would be to Algernon. I really didn't see any Greek mythology stuff in Flowers for Algernon. There's certainly no singing. There's a little interest in classical music. But that's it. Alright, so we have Algernon, Linda, and Eski. So Linda is an anagram for Daniel, and Eski an anagram for Keys. And I'm kind of regretting doing the spar transformation because I can't summon the forests. I guess I don't know that summoning the forest would help in a boss fight. Like, I imagine in a boss fight that would not work at all. Is that the guy? Yep, she's Algernon. Yeah, it does not look like a rat. Like, if you really want to stretch the imagination, this shape of Algernon is like a little thing of, like, the top part is your consciousness, or yeah, consciousness. Whatever you're in active control and awareness of. And then the giant head underneath is your subconscious. And that way it might tie a little bit into the themes of Flowers for Algernon. Maybe. I'm okay with... Oh! Well, Eski heals the Linda, not Algernon. Better. Now, if anything, I want Eski out of the picture because the jolt is being annoying. It's hurting too much too fast. All that's left is a Linda who can only heal herself. You're mean. Alderfruit Blossom is in full bloom. Oh, so because I already dealt with the Oopa Roopa business, there's no alger fruit to pick. I don't know if any alger fruits are going to be available to me at all. Then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't imagine that there's going to be any party conversation updates about that. Like, that is actually just an optional fight then. If you're skilled, smart, and resourceful enough, you can just skip that. Yeah, they still say the same stuff. So, yeah. Why don't I just not save now and instead just... Yeah, if we reset the game without saving, we can go back. Gosh, Capcom presents. Fast forward through all this. Did the game get quieter again? So, okay, we are back to having not fought Algernon yet. And we can repeat this battle later whenever we want to. I don't know why we would want to. But it's, yeah, we don't have to do it. Just confirming the optionalness of it all. I don't think I ever skipped this fight. Spar, you're level 32. You can't even beat a fungus? So let's get back here. Let's hear the singing again. Yep, that confirms Algernon is still alive, still in the back of this forest. Actually, wait a minute. What, does this forest have a name? And these are the Alger Woods. And there you go. I really cannot figure out how this is supposed to relate to the story, to the Daniel Key story. That's pretty dang far removed from. Pretty far removed from the sci-fi. Well, we've been here for 3 hours. Let's put ourselves into a position where next time, whenever that might be, we can make some further story progress. We'll be back in Highfort. And not do silly speedrun things. The low-level challenges. Here we are. There goes the shaman form. Great Gandarv. Yeah, because we can't call it Gandaroof or Gandalf, because then the Lord of the Rings thing would be too obvious. People seek your aid. We just know what happened to the forest around the town of Gate. Please answer what has happened in this world. What is the nature of this shadow which has begun to fall on all things? Late. Yeah? You took so long and forgot all the important things I was going to tell you. Okay, so I suppose they are being more consistent with the forgetfulness, lack of denture type of speak. Where did their speech impediment come from anyhow? But no, don't acknowledge it. Don't acknowledge it. No, dude, no. That's ruining. No, don't, no. Just let it rock. Therapy pillow. Figuratively speaking. It's not figurative. It's not figurative. You will literally go inside his mind. Oh my god. It's not figurative. It's not figurative. Alright. Is that the trigger that we need for any new party conversation? Or do we still have to go to Melodia, or is that a second trigger? No, nothing yet. Guess we'll go to Melodia. Okay. I mean, that conversation should be enough to let us get into High Fort. And by that logic, it should also be enough to update any party chat? Please? Just being so thorough, so very thorough. Nope, still nothing. The one stream that I'm a little conscious of all of this party chat stuff, and I'm not reaching any new story triggers. GG. Well, next time it's High Fort time, so we'll be running with this group, I guess. Would I change Rand for Bow? Not this time. I feel like I've ran High Fort without Rand a bunch lately. Wait, you're already fused. I don't need any more fusion. Never mind then. Never mind then. Then we're done. Then we're done. Well, that's it for me for today. That's everything I had on Algernon in the game and in the book. And I got to pull out my vinyl, and I got to show off my books. And I guess when we're dealing with High Fort and the stuff that comes after that, I need to have made some serious progress in this massive tome. So that might take a while. And besides, I'm taking a vacation from streaming. I'm doing other stuff. So I don't know what the next time is gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna find another reason to stream. What's gonna go on? We'll see. See. I'll just randomly ping you on the Discord. Maybe at some point I will randomly do a Discord stream. That would be different. The Breath of Fire 2 Bible? No, that's a different thing. The Saint Eva Bible. That basically just contains the Lord's Prayer. Somebody ought to make merch of that. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all for watching. And until next time, have a good one.